Fresh off a world tour and his debut Netflix special, Matt Rife's popularity is at an all-time high. But ever since Natural Selection came out on November 14th, a portion of his fans have completely turned on Matt Rife, attempting to cancel the comedian for jokes made about domestic abuse during his stand-up comedy special.
How do you describe this humor? Is there a definition or a label for the kind of humor that you just say the worst possible scenario? It's funny because it's ridiculous, because you know it's not true, because you know it's not what you mean, you know it's not the right thing. That is what makes it funny. What is that style of comedy?
Well, it's a kind of irony. It's a kind of irony.
Is it irony? It's not fully sarcasm. It's not totally satire, but it's a wildly common sense of humor.
This is what comedians had to say about the recent Matt Rife outrage.
Can you believe how much trouble he got in for that?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
it's not, look, the joke is whatever. It's not a strong joke, but it's also just people are looking.
Right, yes.
And it's the thing
when you rise like this, especially.
Right. And you look like that.
Right,
you know what I mean? He cares about comedy, I get it. He probably works hard on his act, but it's not the strongest, punchlines you're going to find in the fucking. So it's like people are just trying to take it, they're looking for something. And it's like whenever you do a joke that is that subject matter, this is my thing about freedom. Whenever this comes up with freedom of speech in general with comedy, it's like, it's not that you're not allowed to say something. You have to make it good if you're going to do something hard. If you're taking one of these, like, open micers that want to say the N-word, it's like, you're not, almost no one should. I'm not going to say never, because it's just like I'm, philosophically opposed to saying you can never say something. But almost no one should. Of course, almost no white person should say, unless it's a really it's got to be
unless you're really racist. You should.
Everyone's going after Matt Rife now. And now there's articles about it.
But was it everyone, or is it like...
No, well, now there's articles. And
they're always going to write articles.
And now Maron's got a thing where he's like, this guy's fucking sucks. And Maron's having the comment on the state of comedy. And this guy, and it's like, did he do anything other than sell
he made a joke. He didn't do anything wrong.
Well, people aren't mad at the comedy even. They're like, it sucks.
Well, I honestly, I don't even know his stand-up at all. The shit that I've seen that he's done has been fine. It's not like...
I might do something with him.
Yeah, but why do people hate him so much?
We're trying to do like a buddy cop. It's me and him. No, I'm dead serious.
Well, I'm saying,
I think he's great.
In a roundabout way, this is kind of like low-hanging fruit. Because the fact that he can generate all that money is a testament that he is like making the hamster wheel. And to go after the hamster wheel is like, that's not, it's like...
No, but I'm saying, like, for example, with the Taylor Swift thing, does this woman get hurt if 5 people in the world say she's not great? No. Everyone I've ever met says she's phenomenal.
So people are really upset with his opening joke. So he's talking about how he and his friend went to a ratchet Baltimore restaurant and they realized their server had a black eye. So here, listen to the audio of that one real quick.
Yeah.
There, and the hostess who seats you at the restaurant had a black eye. A full black eye. And it wasn't like, what happened? Yeah, it was pretty obvious what happened. And we couldn't get over the fact that we're like, this is the face of the company? Like, this is who you have greeting people? And my boy who I was with was like, yeah, I feel bad for her, man. I feel like they should put her in the kitchen or something where nobody has to see her face, And I was like, yeah, but I feel like if she could cook, she wouldn't have that black eye.
No problems with the jokes that go right to the edge there.
Yeah, I know. So people are really upset about it online, and he's actually received a ton of backlash. Now he's a really popular comedian, especially with the ladies. So he's getting a lot of backlash. So he goes on Instagram to apologize. He puts up a story that says, "Hey, if you've ever been offended by a joke I've told, here's a link to my official apology." And you click the link, and it takes you to this page here. It's special needs helmets. and if you'd like to order special needs helmets.
Now I like him.
There you go.
Now I like him.
It's only good for the special, right? The backlash is great. I mean, that's what you want. In defense of jokes, people, like what are we talking about here?
Yes.
Yeah, so, we can always appreciate the doubling down.
Did you hear the crowd laugh? I did.
I like the not apologizing part.
Nobody thinks domestic violence, nobody who isn't a scumbag, thinks domestic violence is funny. However, that doesn't mean you can't make funny domestic violence jokes. Is the joke funny? You can all pretend to be incredibly and clutch your pearls, but every one of you have laughed. And I don't know if it makes you feel better because your friend told you the joke or you laughed behind closed doors, but every one of you have laughed at a joke that you would not tell in public. You are allowed to decide for yourself what is acceptable. But what was a clear indication that there's no line is that there were more domestic violence survivors saying, I didn't mind the joke, or we have to learn to laugh, that's how we heal. Or there were some who were like, hey, I don't mind the domestic violence jokes. I just didn't think that one was funny. Yeah. By the way,
fair.
Nobody's saying you have to think Matt's funny or any of us, but it's art.
Some people would have been mad if it was the best joke of all time.
Sure.
But then half of people wouldn't have. And so the fact that he gets people that both want to come at him for comedy reasons and for like tattletale, you shouldn't say that reasons. And together that's a very powerful force.
Yes,
like comedy nerds and like tattletales. Together,
and a lot of ladies who didn't love comedy, maybe who just like his face.
I think that's the thing. Is like he brought in a lot of people who maybe weren't comedy fans,
right.
And now they're just like, we didn't sign up for that, and we were like, well, we do that stuff all the time.
I know.
I don't talk about the jokes. We beat women all the time. No, but like when you get that big, you just are going to get people popping in.
Yeah,
but it's also an opening joke.
That's
true.
Structurally, like it's like. Start with something soft.
Well,
start with something like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I agree, but that's why people think he did it on purpose. That's like a big theory.
Oh, what?
That he did on purpose to just kind of shed those ladies and show like I'm an edgy guy. Now that I'll get dragged online, I'll get some buzz.
We were talking about this on Patreon a bit, but like your fans don't have the time to like really like invest and understand you for who you are. So anything that kind of goes against their perception of you, because again, they don't really know who you are just yet, they're quick to react to and be like, hey, this isn't the version of you that I thought you were. Whereas like your fans that have been listening to you for what, the last 10 years you've been doing content, you could say pretty much any fucked up thing and they'll be like, I know who Ak is. I've been listening to Ak 8 hours a week. So I think what happens with Matt is he's in a situation where there's so many people watching him that don't really know him. And then it's very easy to get a convoluted idea of who he is. And there's a lot of people that I'm sure are looking at him and going, fuck that guy for being so famous. Remember, when you get really successful, people want to tear you down. That's just human instinct.
I also knew him from Wildin' Out, and he's a kid. I mean, to me, he's 27 now, but he's like a nice person.
I saw him do a few interviews,
and his crowd work is great.
It was kind of hilarious because I saw him with my man Dave Portnoy from Barstool, and he was like, he said something that I've heard in rap before from like Dave East and a few other people. They're like, his perceived attractiveness hurts his comedy. You know, Dave East once said that, and people were laughing about it. Bill like, motherfucker, you just can't rap, my nigga. Like, what do you think? You look too good to rap? Like, you know what I mean? You know, he made I was listening to his ideas about it, compelling thing. It was like, yo, hey, listen, when you're a comedian, usually it's your words that is, you know, making people enamored about what the fuck they're into with you. He would have these shows where a woman would just show up just to be like, yo, he looks amazing.
Your skill always has to exceed whatever else you bring.
You were a cute kid. You were probably getting cute.
I was boy friendly.
Oh, dude.
Boy handsome, boy pretty.
Little Freudian slip. Boy friendly.
Boy friendly. It's all the Papua New Guinea talk. It's fucking.
You had those soft lips. I've seen that little pic of you with the fucking earring, and the leather jacket.
That's not good for comedy, though. I'm funnier being ugly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, when you get older, you're funnier. It's
absolutely.
It's like
weathered,
like Matt Rife.
Yeah,
like, he takes a lot of shit.
Yeah,
because he's too beautiful.
Yeah, tough.
Yeah, tall, handsome, perfect hair. Mm-hmm. You know, it's too
Squidward, the handsome Squidward jaw.
People shit on him for zero reason.
For being sexy.
If he was a little guy with glasses doing the same act, no one would be mad at him.
Yeah, but he also he wouldn't get as much attention though. That's the double-edged sword, right?
Right.
It's like a bunch of like, you know, horny women aren't coming out to fuck.
That's true.
To a nebbishy, to 20-year-old Ari that you met with Matt Rife's act. He's not selling out fucking arenas.
That is true. He's got that going for him. Yeah. Like the audience is like half MILFs.
Totally.
It's a MILF thing.
I might put it over half.
Yeah, it's a lot of like these older ladies.
Yeah.
Like this one girl, this is a clip that we got sent this morning. This one girl made a comment about how Matt Rife went at my 6-year-old son who's autistic or something, and how dare he? And on the surface, you're like, yo, what the fuck is that? What happened is this kid had some response to a Matt Rife joke. Matt Rife said something about the planets that was inaccurate.
It was an astrology joke, and the punchline is about rings.
basically. And it's a joke about astrology. And this kid loves outer space. So he corrects Matt Rife in the video and then goes, also, you are mean to women. And then Matt Rife responds to the TikTok, and this is all on the surface, saying like, hey, buddy, Santa Claus isn't real. Your mom makes money on OnlyFans. Something else that's over the line.
He says your mom buys you your presents using OnlyFans money.
Oh, there it is.
It's funny.
Over the line a little bit because it's a kid and everybody's going to jump on him. But what everybody's overlooking is this woman posted that video on her own personal page. It's not the kid making a TikTok on his page saying, hey, Matt Rife, you so-and-so. This girl who makes a living on TikTok, so she says, on social media, so she says, is using her kid to make content.
Right.
And then Matt Rife gets, which is her dream, Matt Rife gets...
Telling her kid what to say, too. The kid doesn't know...
Oh, yeah. You think the kid knows Matt Rife is mean to women at 6 years old?
He's actually 6.
She says 6. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's 2.2 million TikTok followers also. Wow.
And so now she's just like, now that he responded, that's her dream scenario. Her dream scenario is Matt Rife is really mean to my kid.
Yeah.
And nobody's talking about that part. All these people who are just kind of like hoping to antagonize this guy, this man, to get him to respond so they can make money. It's like, yo, y'all are just as fucked. And nobody's talking about you, especially this girl who's pimping her kid out like that. Like, you want your kid to get told Santa's not real by some fucking 27-year-old?
Yeah. Why does
So
a
you can get some views?
Why does a 6-year-old have TikTok in the first place? Like, that seems crazy.
It's not his TikTok, it's on her page. But she still has him do a video. And then this whole thing she does, I protect my kid's identity. I don't use them for videos. It's a video you posted on your page. I think everybody's in a real hurry to get onto this kid because he's a good-looking white man who got really successful really quickly.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, he's going to be fine.
Yeah.
He's in arenas. He's in arenas,
it's also, people, you don't get that white hot without cooling off a little bit for a minute. But I think he'll be fine.
But if he had not done that special, I don't know.
I think
not that special. If he had just not done that joke, maybe there probably would be less buzz about the special.
That's the theory. But
the Chappelle theory about the drug stuff. Of like that's the thing about. I will give him credit in that it feels similar to those where it's like everybody's talking about it. Is everybody saying it's the best special they've ever seen in their lives? No, but from a pure number standpoint, everyone is talking about it.
Can't argue with the number. But I did watch a few of because I'm like, well, I want to see how angry these ladies are. And what's fascinating to me is they'll be like, well, I like the guy. Now I hate him because he condones violence against women. You're like, whoa, condones? It's a joke about violence towards women. Where'd you get the condoning thing?
But it goes exactly. But it goes to Stav's theory, like. The jokes, when you go there, they have to be home runs.
Right.
Yeah. And that's why, that's why people get in trouble normally from podcasts.
Loosely
and
just
not
talking.
Structured. But when you bring that in a special, and you go there, you want it to be an A joke.
So you're fucked, round eye. That whole thing, that's going to come back to haunt you.
This whole idea that you just want to remove, like, straight white males need to be removed from entertainment. No. You don't remove them from entertainment. You just add other things. But this move they have is to be like, this toxic masculinity nonsense and all this kind of, let's just remove these people because everybody wants to watch this other stuff. No, they don't. Like, nobody wanted to see the WNBA Marvel movie that just came out.
First of all, did you have any guilt about the domestic violence joke? Which, by the way, I also thought was very funny.
Because it's a completely made-up story.
If you want to learn even more about this Matt Rife situation, our entire in-depth breakdown will be on the end screen right after this.
At Joke World. That's it, at Joke World.
And the world is WRLD.
That's a great YouTube channel, Joke World. Check it out.